Hi everybody, welcome to another video, another tutorial, another nice flow. So we're going to work today on lifting, opening and expanding through the chest, opening the heart chakra. So we're radiating from the heart as much as we can, and to do this we need to uplift, so lifting up, drawing up the energy through the spine, rotating the shoulders back, lifting the chin slightly up. So in a lot of the postures we'll be coming into this nice expansion of the crown chakra, the throat chakra, the heart chakra. So take a couple of breaths, roll out your mat, and let's go flow with you. So we're going to just start sitting in the center of our mats and come into a nice easy cross-leg position. We're just going to settle into the practice with a couple of nice slow full breaths. Very important to use the breath at the start of practice to find a sense of ourselves before we start to practice. Feel the body, feel the mind, feel the heart, and trying to connect with whatever's going on with yourself today. So how's your energy? How's your mind? It might be racing, it might be very nice and still. So kind of work with what you've got today. Work with what mindset, what body set, what energy set you have. So do what feels good for you. So I will be guiding you through a flow, but you are your own teacher. So you intuitively, you know yourself better than anybody. So listen to the instructions, but adapt them to yourself and never push yourself beyond what feels right for you. So if you're a beginner, go slow. If you're more advanced, you want to bring into the more advanced variations that we'll be doing, go for that, okay? So before we start, just let's bring our hands into prayer. And then release them, thumb and index finger into mudra. And we're just going to do 3 rounds of full yogic breath, filling belly, rib cage, chest and shoulders. Pausing before we begin to release from chest, shoulders, belly, rib cage and belly. And it'll be 3 nice full deep breaths. Inhaling, pausing, exhaling and pausing. So when you're ready, just take a moment checking that you're connected to the earth through the sit bones. Drawing up to your pelvic floor, belly button is drawn slightly in, chin is slightly tucked, shoulders are dropped down away from the ears. Sitting comfortably, and we'll take a first big inhale of practice. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Really letting go, shedding anything that doesn't serve you as you release. And as you inhale, visualize new energy, filling up its space, vibration, peace. Exhale completely. Just bring your hands out together. We're just going to do, before we start into our flow, we're just going to just do some nice rotations here as we sit. Pressing your knees away with the wrists as you move back, stretching out the front of the legs. Inhaling as we open up and exhaling as we fall forward. And then let's change direction. Take a big inhale as you come to the opposite side and exhale as we fall forward. That's it, warming up the body, connecting to the center core. That's it, making sure you're feeling the body, feeling the strengths or the weaknesses. And then coming back onto our hands and knees. And we're just going to go straight into a nice child's pose. Let's do a wide one, so more like hair posture, knees apart, toes together. Sit back into your heels, lifting up for a big inhale. And as you exhale, we're just going to melt. So melting the sit bones back towards the heels here. We're going to really feel like we're bringing our chin slightly forward, so we're feeling the stretch into the shoulders. And then release the forehead to the mat. Now, if you are new to practice, you might need to get a blanket, a pillow or a block, and place the block just here, and you can bring your head here. It might even be that low down. You might be just about here. That's okay. You're just, the aim is to keep the shoulders in line with the hips as much as you can, and you're trying to stretch it out. Breathing full deep breaths here. Pulling away back from the wrists as you exhale. Inhaling as you lift up. Exhaling, release. And just setting your intention as you start your practice. You might feel like you need to move a little bit, so you can kind of move in between the space of the hips here. Rolling out a little bit. Good. Then coming into the center line, relax, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, let's move the right hand all the way over to the left side, folding your body over your thighs. So you're folding your body over your left thigh. Chin is slightly tucked. Roll those shoulders back as much as you can. Holding here for breath. Feeling the stretch along the right side body. So feeling from the fingertips all the way down the rib, all down the arms, the ribs, into the right hip. When you're ready, we're just going to kind of spin your right arm up and back. So coming into a nice opening up for the chest here. And then go to the opposite side, right hand down, left hand over towards it. And feeling the stretch now onto the left side. Melting towards your right thigh, so your top body, your chest area, your belly area on your right side is over your right thigh here. And again, feeling the stretch all along the left side. And when you're coming up like this, take a big inhale. We're going to just draw that left hand up again. Good, reaching up. Nice, just lifting up out of the lower body here. And as you exhale, just open up the heart. Bring the elbows out. So you're bringing those elbows, bring the shoulder blades together. Palms up towards the ceiling. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, lengthen up. So always lengthening up. So find that straight spine again. And as you exhale, and completely coming into your hands and knees. And let's go into a cats and cows. Nice and flowing. I'm going to get you to use this part of the practice to explore what feels good for you. So you might just want to do simple cats and cows, dropping the belly, drawing the head up, tailbone up for your cow. And as you exhale, draw the belly button up. Press those feet into the ground, draw the belly button up, tailbone down, chin to chest. Or you may want to just go a little bit more like a little flow, up and down, in and all around. So whichever feels good for you. A couple of breaths here. Working at the kinks of the body. Good. And when you're ready, come back into stable table. Drawing the crown of the head forward, tailbone back, drawing the belly button in. We're just going to do some treading the needle here. So for the first one, we're going to bring your right hand forward. And we're going to bring our left leg back. So we're just going to stretch here for a moment. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, let's bring your left leg out to the side, so in line with the left hip. And then we're going to reach the right hand up, and we're going to tread the needle. So tread your right arm underneath, bring your right shoulder to the mat, right side of your face to the mat. Stack your hands. So you're feeling a nice opening here in the groin area. Reach up with your left hand. So when you're reaching up, you're kind of spinning the ribs, opening up the left side of your chest, and bring that left hand to the left hip. Yeah, right hip, ideas goes up. Now if you're feeling a little bit daunted by that whole prospect, you can bring the leg back in and just stay with the hips in line with the knees, and you can even stay here or here, and you're just trying to open up the chest. So there's lots of different variations. Do what feels good for you or what's within your practice. Keep breathing. When you're ready, then inhale that left hand back up, place down the mat, bring yourself up into your hands and knees again. And this time you can do any of the variations. You can just thread your needle like this, so bring your left hand up and thread it underneath the right and stay here. You can go like so, or we can do the more challenging variation. I'm going to have to bring the right leg, sorry, the right leg goes out, the left arm goes out. Then bring your right leg out to the right. And then we're going to lift the left hand up and we're going to tread it underneath. Good, so just give it a little bit more of a twist, a bit more of an opener. We're going to bring the right hand on top of the left hand. Bring that right hand up now, lifting up out of your body here. You're grounding through the left side. You're grounding through your right foot. But then we're going to bring that hand back. Spin towards the ceiling. Breathing here, opening up the right side of the chest area. Feeling a nice twist into the ribs here. You might need to adjust your head position, that's okay. Just do what feels good for you. Keep breathing. Full inhales. Big long exhales. When you're ready to bring your right hand all the way up, place down onto it. Press yourself up to your two hands. Then bring your right knee in, extend it out, left leg or right leg out. Come into your chin. Exhale back into your child's pose and hold your child's pose for 3 breaths here. Breathing the full length of your posture. Feeling the heart area expanding as you inhale. And as you exhale, dropping the sit bones back towards the heels. When you're ready, let's press those elbows into the mat. Bring yourself up, so you're coming up onto your hand, your elbows and your knees this time. Maybe extend the knees out a little bit wider, or move them out a little bit wider. And what I want you to do is melt the heart. So we're going into puppy dog here, okay? So keep the hips in line. We don't want to see the hips too far forward. We don't want to feel them too far back. But what we want to do, roll the shoulders back here, and we're really trying to melt the heart chakra, melt the heart chest area towards the mat. Keep breathing here. You might find that you can extend your hands even forward. That's brilliant. And keep breathing, softening down towards the mat. You may eventually get your chin towards the floor and eye gaze goes forward. Puppy dog. Really feeling the heart opening, feeling a stretch across the back of the chest, front of the chest. The beautiful posture to let go and release and surrender. Take a wee inhale, and then we're going to move back into our elbows. And as we exhale, we're going to drop the hips to the mat, come into our Sphinx pose. Pressing those elbows towards the floor, pressing the hands towards the floor, feeling really strong and proud and upright here. Really moving away from the legs, so we're pressing the toes into the floor here. The legs are very much engaged, the glutes are engaged as well. That's it, nice and strong. The knees are slightly lifted up off the mat. Feeling, don't let the shoulders forward, roll those shoulders back, so you're drawing the shoulder blades down your back. Keep breathing here. Take an inhale, bring your hands slightly back, roll yourself forward and come up into your up dog, chin to ceiling, expanding across the chest, radiating from your heart center. Cramp. Inhale and you exhale, come up into your downward facing dog. First dog of your practice. So maybe if you're feeling stiff, bend the knees for a little minute and then extend the knees a couple of times. Just opening up the body that little bit more. Beautiful. Hold your dog. Making sure that those knees can stay bent if you need to, and then gently when you're ready, extending the knees towards the floor, so bending the knees, then gently extending the knees towards the heels, towards the floor, should I say. Wrapping those elbows towards the mat, drawing the shoulder blades together and down your back. Keep breathing here. Beautiful. Maybe moving a little bit if you need to. Then let's just wave it into the plank posture. So let's wave it in and then push it back into dog. Wave it in, head comes last, into your plank. Chaturanga Tadasana down. Inhale up into up dog. Exhale, roll over those toes. Push back into your downward facing dog. Push back. 2 more breaths. Letting the head drop, maybe doing a yes action with the head and a no action with the head, releasing the tension. Inhale, look forward, exhale, bend those knees, hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen through your heart, roll the shoulders back, half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, shoulders are back. Exhale, melting the chest over the thighs. Let's come into your standing forward fold. Breathe here for a moment. When you're ready, bend your knees. Slowly come all the way up. Take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive it all the way back down. And again, inhale, slowly come all the way up. Open up, expanding, opening those hands, opening those arms. Reach up. Exhale. Forward fold. One more time. Opening up this heart, radiating from the heart center as we come up. Inhale. Exhale. Forward fold. Hold here for a moment. Breathe. Maybe if you need to move, that's okay. You can melt into it and half lifts, full lifts, whatever feels good for you. And then when you're ready, slowly come all the way up. Take a big inhale. Bending the elbows slightly, arching the back slightly, radiating from the heart. Exhale, hands into heart. So hands into prayer at the front of your heart chakra. And then going to the very front of your mat. And we're going to do some flows, some salutations. Doing some crescent lunges. When we're doing our crescent lunges, we'll be really opening and radiating from the heart. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, half is lift. Exhale, right leg down. Right knee to the mat. Inhale, slowly reaching all the way up. So now we're going to lift first. We're lifting up out of the lower body, grounding through the knees, the knee and the feet. Lifting up out of the body before we bend into our crescent lunge. Elbows come back, radiate from the heart. Breathing fully, completely. A beautiful energy flowing through your spine. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. And let's just do a little sit back here for the hips. So bringing the weight into the right knee. In the stretch into the back of the hamstring. Take a little inhale. Come slowly forward. Exhale into your plank. Take a descent. So we're going to bend the knees. Hug the elbows. Roll yourself down onto the mat. Inhale up into your cobra. Baby cobra. Exhale, drop down. Take an inhale as you exhale. Come up into your downward facing dog. Breathing fully and completely. This time, take your left leg up. Kick your bum. Bring your left leg forward. And reach up for a twist. So we're going to twist to the left. Go, eye gaze goes up towards the sky. Maybe bring your left hand to your right hip. And you're feeling this nice stretch across the pectoral muscles, across the chest. Keep drawing the legs in the midline. Inhale back to the center. Exhale into pyramid. Inhale, eyes forward. Exhale, 2 feet together at the front of the mat. Take a wee inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly come all up. Exhale, hands to heart. Namaste. Reaching up again. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, up then. Inhale, lengthen your heart. And as you exhale, this time we take the left leg back. The left knee comes down. Take a moment. Inhale, slowly reach up. Lifting up. And as you exhale, Crescent lunge, opening up the heart. Bringing the elbows back. And you can do little movements here. Lifting the hands up. Working through the hips as well. Inhale up. Exhale back. Good. Hold here. Always aiming to bring those hands as far back as you can. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, falling forward over your right thigh, pushing back into the left knee, dropping the right hip crease back, drawing the left hip crease forward. Breathe breath. Inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, push back into your plank. Let's come down, knees. Roll yourself forward. So you're coming down to your knees, hug the elbows into the midline, roll yourself up into your up dog. Good, hold here. Toes are pointing to the mat, using your glutes. Roll the shoulders back, radiate from the heart. Tuck your toes, roll yourself back up into your downward facing dog. Hold here for 2 breaths. Really dropping the sternum towards the mat. This time the right leg comes up. We're going to bring that right leg in, drop it between the 2 hands. The left knee goes to the mat. Take an inhale, grind into that left hand. Spin yourself around the belly button and up to a spinal twist. Really, if you can find in your shoulder joint to track that hand behind and hold on to the left hip, that's fine. You can really feel that stretch across the pectorals. Big inhales. Big exhales. Inhale, reaching up. As you exhale, framing the foot. We're going to sit back again. Just for a moment. Inhale, step up. Exhale into pyramid. Folding over the right leg. Inhale, eye gaze goes forward. Exhale, bring your left foot to meet the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, full forward fold. Hold here for a breath. Really enjoying the stretch into the back of the hamstrings. So you're feeling that release into the hamstrings. Good. Slowly inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands into prayer. Take a moment standing at the front of your mat, coming back into the breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive all the way back down again. Inhale, slowly reach all the way up. Exhale to the left with the hips, right with the hands. Eye gaze goes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, up to center, lengthen. Exhale, hips to the right, hands to the left. Eye gaze goes up towards the sky. Bringing that shoulder back, keeping those hands connected. Inhale, lengthen up. As you exhale, let's bring your hands behind your lower back here. We're going to go into like a little back bend here. So grind into those feet, so really feel connected to the earth here. Scoop up through that central line. Inhale here, engage those thigh muscles. Push the hips slightly forward. Take it easy here. Really support your back. So it's nearly like you're lifting up with the heel of your hands. And exhaling, pushing your fingertips into your hips area. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale. Only go to where it feels comfortable for you here. Could be just maybe here. But you're trying to open up your heart as much as you can. Roll the shoulders back. Keep those elbows pulling together. And hold, really using your lower body, your core. Take a big inhale. Slowly coming up. Neutralize your spine with a big lift up out of the body. Exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly cording yourself down. Bend the knees if you need to. Take a moment. Exhale fully and release. Dropping yourself into that forward fold. Inhale, raise your heart. Exhale, step or jump back into your plank. Take an inhale here as you exhale, you shadow round it. Pressing down, hugging the elbows in. Inhale up into your up dog. Hold. Let's hold your dog. Your up dog. Engaging your core, drawing up to your pelvic floor. Glutes are engaged. Shoulders are back. Chin is up. Exhale, roll over the toes. Push back into your downward facing dog. Right leg goes up. Let's swing that right leg forward. And we're coming up into like runner's lunge slightly. We're going to kind of turn that back leg. So we're actually more into warrior one actually. We're going to turn them back toes up slightly. Reach up with your inhale. As you exhale, roll your hands back. So you're interlacing the hands behind your back, rolling the shoulders back here. And what I want you to do then is take your left shoulder, or your right shoulder, and fold over your right thigh, bringing the shoulders back here. Inhale again, exhale. Try to draw that right shoulder into the inside of the right knee, okay? We're bringing those hands up as high as we can. We're dropping the forehead down as low as we can. Opening up the heart here. Keep using the breath. Find increment by increment as you're molding yourself down towards the earth. When you're ready, slowly inhale, come up. And we're just going to exhale into reverse warrior. Bringing the hands down, opening up the heart. Bringing the hands back a bit even. Good. Take an inhale. Release into warrior two. Inhale here, exhale. Just do a little flow here to release. Good. And then take another inhale. Come back into center. Bringing your toes to the long, pointing forward to the long end of your mat. Reach the hands up. Bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your hands behind your back. Take a big inhale here. Pigeon the hook toe, those toes in slightly for balance. Inhale, melting your heart forward. Using your chest to guide you forward. Bring yourself down towards the mat. Bringing your hands up over the head. Feel those shoulders rolling back. Use your fingertips, or use your 2 index fingers to create a kind of mudra here. So pointing those 2 index fingers and you're trying to get them down towards the floor. Keep holding, keep breathing, keep pushing. When you're ready, slowly using your hands, using your legs, using your core, inhale up. Exhale, release into your warrior two. Inhale, reach up. Exhale into warrior two. Inhale, reach up. We're going to move our hips forward slightly. We're going to come back to the opposite side now, pivoting that back toe, right? So we tuck your inhale, reach up. Exhale, interlace your hands. Bring your hands down your back. We're going to melt ourselves forward. Use your chest, use your shoulders. We're melting our left shoulder over towards our left knee, the inside of our left knee. Good, you might need to adjust your position and that's okay. Inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, fold back into like a version of a peaceful warrior, modified peaceful warrior. Opening up, radiating from your heart. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release those hands. Take an inhale. And let's just bring ourselves all the way back to the front of your mat. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Let's do your vinyasa. Exhale, roll yourself down. Nice and easy. Feeling the release into your arms now, into your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the palm. Hop back. Take an inhale here. Exhale, slowly come down. Inhale all the way up. Up dog. Exhale, roll over those toes. Push back into your downward facing dog. Pushing back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, hop to the front of your mat. And now we're just going to come down onto our knees, For a moment, it's coming into our Chandrabhat. So feeling tall in our Chandrabhat. We're going to really sitting up near onto our heels here. Bring our hands onto our thighs. My children are trying to come in on top of me. Hands on our thighs. And then we're just going to press down. And we're going to come into hero. Where am I? We're going into hero pose. So for hero pose, we sit up for your inhale. As you exhale, bring your knees wide. And then we're going to aim for bringing our bum down towards the floor. Now, you might need some additional aids here, especially if you're new to practice. So you might need to pop maybe pillow. I don't really like using the blocks for these ones because it's kind of like hard on your spine. So you're going to aim to do is using your core muscles, using your quadricep muscles. Sit back onto whatever it is. It could be the floor, but it could be whatever padding you need. If you find this hard on your knees, come up slow. Just use your quadricep muscles to bring you forward and back. Good. Now, if you are more advanced and if you're able to do this, I invite you to do your hero, just down here. So bring yourself. You might have needed to move the calf muscles as you come down there. Make sure your feet are pointing away or straighter down so they're not turned in. And what we're going to do is come into a reclined hero posture. So press into your heels, take an inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, lean back and then take one hand back and then the other. And we're going to open up through the heart again. Chin is slightly forward. Take an inhale and as you exhale, let's bring your right elbow to the mat. And then your left elbow to the mat. Okay, so we're in a nice open towards the front of your body here. Now this might be as far as it's comfortable for you. We do not want to feel a big arch now. We're going to bring ourselves down if it's available to you. If not, stay here, okay? Or in the earlier one. But if you can, take a big inhale and as you exhale, bring your right shoulder down and then your left. So what we don't want is an arch into the back, like a big arch into the back, or any pinching in the lower back. But if you're feeling confident and the knees are still able to press down into the floor, that they haven't raised up, stay for here and take a big breath. And I'm going to invite you then to expand through the heart again by bringing the hands up and over. And I want you to visualize your chakra lines from the root all the way up to the crown of the head here. Everything is open, everything is opening and circling. The energy is spiraling. Visualize your energy wheels, your chakra wheels opening up, drawing in the positive energy, creating balance into the whole chakra system. Root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. When you're ready, then we're going to lift our hands back up and we're going to bring our elbows underneath the body and we're going to use or take an inhale to lift yourselves up. Okay, so we're going to come back up. Then we're going to move on to one hand. And then we're going to take a moment to stabilize. So stabilize the spine, find that central line. And then we're going to move ourselves forward and take a little stretch out of the right leg. So you might feel a little bit stretchy on the knees, and that's okay, the stretch is okay, but not any pain. Take an inhale, bring that knee back in, and as you exhale, extend through the other leg. Take an inhale, we're going to try camel now. So again, if you're new to it, don't try and go too far into the camel. So we'll take it in stages. You may want to use a wall, you can always use a wall, or like any sort of thing to keep your hips kind of very steady. Okay, so you can bring your knees up, or your heels up. Keep your hips in line with the knees. Take an inhale, and if you're a beginner, definitely place your hands behind your lower back. Okay, if you're doing this, you're going to be doing it against the wall like this. Take an inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, pressing the hips towards the wall, keeping them in line with the knees. We're going to drop ourselves back a little bit, chin is forward. And if it's available to you, and if you're proficient at doing camel, bring yourself back so your fingers are on your heels. I'm going to come and do the side view for you. So beginners, stay, and you may need to double up your mat because your knees can get a little bit, sore doing this one. You can keep your feet flat, or for a little extra help, you can keep your toes up. Take an inhale, bring your hands to your lower back. Take an exhale, press your hips forward. So this might be exactly where you need to be today, and that's totally fine. Stay there. And eventually you're going to use your breath to lift. As you inhale, lifting up out of the hips, and as you exhale, using that lift to melt yourself back towards the heels. And hold here. Breathing. Rolling the shoulders back, opening up from the heart. And then when you're ready to come out, take an inhale. Slowly, slowly find that spine, tuck the chin. Make sure the knees are in line with the hips. The head is in line with the heart. You're feeling that nice length into your spine. Before we do a little counter posture, which for today will be a little child's pose. Knees together, heels together. Stretch it out. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, tuck your toes, push back into your downward facing dog. Take an inhale, look forward, and as you exhale, hop, crisscross the legs. And let's just do another counter pose. We're just going to do a seated forward fold over the two legs. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, just slowly and gently come into a forward fold. You may be here at the shins, you may be at the ankles, you may even be beyond the feet. But just do whatever is for your body today. And melting the heart forward. So you inhale, slowly come all the way up, and as you exhale, roll your bum into the mat and slowly come down onto the mat. Brilliant. Just take the two knees to one side, head to the other for a spinal twist. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. Inhale back to center, two knees to the other side, head to the opposite. Inhale back to center. Let's just come into a little happy baby before we go into our Shavasana. Drawing those knees towards the floor, but keeping the hips pressed into the mat. Chin slightly tucked, shoulders against the mat as well. Inhale, and as you exhale, extend both legs and take them down towards the earth. And let's come into a final resting posture, Shavasana. We're just going to take a couple of breaths here. You might want to, see that we're working so much with the heart chakra today. Place your hands on your heart, maybe one on your belly. And just feel that lovely flowing of energy through your heart, through your center, through your whole entire body. And be so thankful to yourself. Be full of love and compassion for yourself for coming to practice, for doing this lovely heart opening sequence, which will really help you find love and compassion for yourself and for others. It really helps to unblock any of the emotions you may have been storing here. We sometimes feel pains in our chest or pains in our top of our back, and it's a lot of the time it's a link to emotional upset. So by doing a nice heart opening series, it really helps to release anything that we've been holding on to. And now in our next inhale, I want to invite you to draw bright new energy back into your body. Draw it into your heart, draw it into your core. And as you exhale, I want you to really visualize anything that's been lurking here that you don't need, that you just want to get rid of. I want you to visualize it leaving your body out through the nose into the universe and let it go. Just shed, shed, shed. Release, release, release. Let it go. And when you're ready, I'm just going to invite you all to just get a big stretch from fingers to toes. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Good. And then we're going to roll ourselves over to either the right or left